Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to the Reaction Zone, where I am your host, Russell, and I thank you for taking your time out of your day to spend just a few minutes with me as we talk about the second assassination attempt on former President Trump. Lord have mercy. Things have gotten too far out of hand. Things were out of control. The first assassination attempt, because it actually hit him in the ear. But a second assassination attempt, we have some extremists out there. And I'm not for the extremists on the right or extremists on the left. But we have a serious, serious problem. If you are a person who has an ideology that is so strong that you would follow through on that ideology to murder someone who opposes your ideology, you have a serious problem and you should not be in society. You should be in a cage. You should be in a cage. We have no place for violence in this country. And specifically, we have no place for political violence in this country. You are not allowed to impose your will on an entire country because you believe so strongly in whatever it is that you believe in. And to be honest and truthful, most of us, probably 80% of us, we will have the exact same life no matter who is in power, except for these wedge issues that are meant to divide us and not to bring us together. And we all want the same things out of life. We want to get up, go to work, make an honest day's living, come home, take care of our families. If you don't have a family, take care of yourself. Enjoy your free time. Enjoy your life. Prepare for retirement. And live out your journey in this thing called life. That's what most of us want. But you have these extremists out there on the right, on the left, who are willing to take out a living human being, whether you disagree with his policies or his legal struggles. You don't have that right. Anyway, let's take a look at what happened. I'm sure you've all seen it, but it is worth our review.
The FBI is investigating what appears to be an attempted assassination of former President Trump.
A suspect is in custody this morning after shots were fired at his golf club in West Palm Beach while the former president was on the course.
And this is just weeks after Trump survived another attempt on his life.
NBC's Bree Jackson has details from Washington, D.C.
A second assassination attempt against former President Trump, this latest happening at his Florida golf course.
Former President Donald Trump is safe and unharmed.
The incident comes just 9 weeks after another gunman aimed at the 78-year-old during a Pennsylvania rally, killing one and injuring several others. The Secret Service came under intense scrutiny for security failures then. In this case, agents spotted the suspect and quickly took action.
It's my understanding, Eamon, that he was laying in wait and Secret Service did a heroic job to see a needle in the haystack.
U.S. Secret Service personnel opened fire on a gunman located near the property line.
Police arrested 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Ruth. Court records show he has a long criminal past in North Carolina. Officials say he now faces federal charges.
This guy's in a whole load of hurt right now.
Officers say a witness played a key role in identifying the suspect.
Fortunately, we were able to locate a witness that came to us and said, hey, I saw the guy running out of the bushes. He jumped into a black Nissan, and I took a picture of the vehicle and the tank, which was great.
In a social media post, former President Trump praised law enforcement for keeping him safe, exclaiming that he's proud to be an American. Vice President Harris condemning political violence, urging all Americans to do their part to ensure that this incident does not lead to others. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
Former President Trump thanked everyone for their concern and also thanked the Secret Service and the Sheriff's Office, saying that law enforcement did an outstanding job keeping him safe yesterday.
President Biden also condemned political violence, said that he has directed his administration to ensure the Secret Service has the resources needed to keep former President Trump safe.
So it is going to be so important going forward that we get rid of these extremists that are out there trying to take this country over. They're trying to take this country over. What are the wedge issues out there? You got abortion. You got immigration. You got crime. You pick yours. Now that you have it, you don't have a right to impose your will on me except for at the voter box. And I don't have a right to impose my will on you except for at the voter box. Outside of the voter box, we see each other every single day. My job is to be kind to you, and your job is to be kind to me. No matter what our political stances are, we all want the same thing. And this dude clearly is not one of us. Let's see here. Let's take a look at who this guy is. His name is, let's see here, Ryan Routh. Ryan Routh. Let me just make sure I got that correctly. Yeah, Ryan Wesley Routh. And we do know that he voted for Trump in 2016. Trump clearly was running on the Republican ticket in 2016. And then in 2020, we know that he voted on the left for Bernie Sanders. And we know that in 2024, he was a supporter of Vivek Ramaswamy. So clearly this guy is looking at policy as opposed to a person. And that says something, because you should not let your political worldview push you to the place that you need to go and assassinate a person because you perceive that they have some power over you. You're responsible for you ultimately at the end of the day. Your life will not change whether Vice President Kamala Harris is in power or if former President Trump is in power. Your life, probably 80% of the time, is going to be the exact same. All right, so what do we know about this guy? Well, we know that he's a supporter of Ukraine, and he really wants the American government to send the troops that are in Afghanistan to Ukraine to fight Putin. But I'm here to tell you, that's not our war. That's not our war. We need to bring our boys and girls home, our men and women home. Enough is enough. This violence throughout the world, trying to dominate the world, it can't continue. So here's a picture of this gentleman in Ukraine, advocating for the people of Ukraine, people/government of Ukraine. Here he goes. Please, world, we need everyone here. This is good against evil. These children want normal lives. We cannot tolerate corruption and evil for another 50 plus years. End Russia for our kids. Did you hear what he said? This is good against evil. These children want normal lives. Guess what? Ours do too. We cannot tolerate corruption. Know what? We cannot tolerate it here in the United States either. Your battle is here, man. Your battle is here. If your battle's in Ukraine, move to Ukraine. Stay in Ukraine. Your battle's here. All right, it says it was not immediately clear whether Ralph had actually recruited any any fighters for Ukraine, or whether he had any contact with Ukraine's military or government. But we do know that he attempted to join a volunteer group called the Ukraine's International Legion for the Defense of Ukraine. It says it's made up of foreign volunteers. But he was rejected for being too old. And if you look down here, he did not pass the psychological screening as well. Well, duh. Shut up, Russell. Anyway. All right. Ralph was never hired by any armed forces unit, but visited Ukraine 6 times in 2022 and 23. The International Legion for Defense of Ukraine said in an email, we would like to clarify that Wesley Ralph has never been a part of, associated with, or linked to the International Legion in any capacity. So this is a country that is in shambles, and they need all the help they can get. And they rejected this guy. Clearly is reflective of the second assassination attempt on former President Trump. Let's see, some of his posts on X referred to support for then Democratic presidential candidates Senator Bernie Sanders and Representative Tulsi Gabbard. Posts in 2024 indicated support for Republican presidential primary candidate Vivek Ramaswamy. Facebook posts from October 23 promoted conspiracy theories about China, COVID-19, and biological warfare. In December, Ralph posted to the platform questioning the historical claim of Jewish people to Israel. So this guy is all in the conspiracy world. He's all in it. And quite frankly, there are some conspiracies that need to be explored deeper. However, we have to live in the real world and live in a reality that is right in front of us as we move day to day, as we live our lives. We can't live our life on the fringes. What do we have in common? We all want to go to work, raise our families, live out this journey called life peacefully with the least amount of resistance as possible, and prepare the next generation for their continued journey. Enough is enough, people. This violence cannot continue. This is my plea, actually. Violence cannot continue. Political violence cannot continue. But violence overall cannot continue. Let's figure out what our differences are. Let's figure out what we are aligned at. Put those all in manageable places so that we can get along and go forward in life. And let our pen at the voter box speak for us. Let our pen in the voting booth speak for you. Not violence. Not violence. Enough is enough. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to spend with me as we try to navigate this thing called life, or at least this thing called the next 60 days until the presidential election. Please like, please subscribe, please share. Please like, please subscribe, please share. I am trying to grow my channel. I'm trying to figure out where I'm getting hits, where I'm not. Let me know if this is something you want to hear more of. I have opinions and thoughts about many different arenas in life. So thank you for taking the time out of your day. Make it a great one. See you next time.